In the long and winding story of life on Earth, few creatures have puzzled paleontologists as deeply as the towering, bizarre, and utterly mesmerizing Therizinosaurus, an animal whose very silhouette doesn't just spark curiosity, it challenges every expectation of what a dinosaur should look like. With arms longer than any known land predator, claws reaching up to a meter in length, and a body shaped more like a massive feathered sloth than a traditional killing machine, this late Cretaceous giant has earned its place as one of the most extraordinary dinosaurs that ever lived. Today, we journey back roughly 70 million years into the heart of ancient Mongolia to bring the mystery of Therizinosaurus to life, to explore how it looked, how it lived, how it survived, and how it disappeared, and to understand why a creature originally mistaken for a giant turtle has become one of the most iconic enigmas in prehistory. Let us begin with its appearance, the part that makes Therizinosaurus unforgettable. Standing at an estimated height of 4.5 to 5 meters when upright, and stretching nearly 10 meters from snout to tail, this dinosaur was enormous. Its estimated weight ranges between 4 to 6 tons, placing it among the largest theropods of its time. But unlike the razor-toothed predators it was related to, such as the infamous Tyrannosaurus rex, Therizinosaurus evolved down a completely different path. Its body was wide and barrel-shaped, built more like a giant herbivore than a sleek carnivore. Its hips were broad, its belly round, and its long neck rose from its torso like that of an oversized ostrich. The head, in contrast, was small, surprisingly small, with a beak instead of sharp teeth, perfect for cropping vegetation. Along its arms stretched the most astonishing feature of all, elongated limbs measuring up to 2.5 meters long, ending in scythe-like claws that reached 70 centimeters to 1 meter in length. These were the longest claws of any animal ever to walk the earth. The animal was likely covered in feathers, not the flight feathers of birds, but long, shaggy, hair-like plumes that helped regulate body temperature in a warm yet seasonal environment. As for its speed, Therizinosaurus was not built for running. Its legs were thick and strong, but its body mass and unusual shape suggest that it likely moved at a slow to moderate pace, perhaps 5 to 10 miles per hour at best. And its voice? Though no one can know exactly what it sounded like, paleontologists speculate a deep, resonant bellow or low-frequency rumble, similar to an emu or cassowary, but amplified through its enormous body. But to truly understand this creature, we must go back to where it lived, the Nemegekt Formation of Mongolia. During the late Cretaceous, around 70 million years ago, this region was a thriving ecosystem filled with rivers, floodplains, swamps, and forests. Unlike the sandy expanses that Mongolia is known for today, its ancient environment was lush and dynamic, supporting everything from giant herbivores like Saurolophus to apex predators like Tarbosaurus. This land was shaped by seasonal rains and powerful flood cycles. Vegetation was abundant. Ferns, cycads, conifers, and early flowering plants dominated the landscape. In this ecosystem, Therizinosaurus found its home. Its huge claws likely helped it pull down branches, strip leaves, or defend itself against predators. Its long neck allowed it to reach vegetation others could not, and its massive gut fermented tough plant matter, allowing it to thrive as one of the largest herbivores of its region. Therizinosaurus was probably diurnal, active during the day when visibility and temperature were most favorable. It may have found shelter in forested areas, resting in shaded clearings or among clusters of vegetation. And while it could stand upright, it likely spent much of its time in a slightly forward-leaning posture, balancing its enormous torso with its long counterbalancing tail. The story of reproduction in Therizinosaurus is equally fascinating. Like many large theropods, it likely relied on visual displays to attract mates, perhaps raising its long arms or spreading its feather-like structures to show size and health. Males may have used their claws not for combat, but for display, topping the ground or striking tree trunks to produce resonant sounds. Courtship may have involved deep calls, shuddering body movements, or synchronized postures, much like modern large birds.
Once a pair bonded, the female would lay eggs in a shallow nest dug into sand or soft soil. A typical clutch might contain 10 to 30 eggs. These nests may have been arranged in circular patterns, similar to those found in related species. Whether the parents guarded the nest is still debated, but evidence from close relatives suggests that at least some Therizinosaurs showed parental care, protecting eggs from predators and shading them from harsh sun. The hatchlings would have looked quite different from adults, small, feathered, and more agile. Their claws were tiny and useless for defense, so the young likely stayed close to their parents until they grew large enough to fend for themselves. Feeding the young probably involved leading them to abundant plant sources rather than direct food transfer. But what about combat? How did Therizinosaurus defend itself? With predators like Tarbosaurus roaming the same environment, a 6-ton herbivore would need ways to survive. Despite its slow speed and awkward shape, Therizinosaurus was far from an easy target. When threatened, it could rear back and swing its massive claws in wide, powerful arcs. A single strike could have delivered devastating damage, not just slashing, but breaking bones. Its size alone would have been intimidating. Many predators likely learned to avoid fully grown individuals. Yet, despite its defenses, Therizinosaurus, like all non-avian dinosaurs, met its end around 66 million years ago. The cause was the same cataclysm that reshaped life on Earth, the Chicxulub impact in what is now Mexico. A 10-kilometer-wide asteroid struck the planet with unimaginable force, releasing energy equivalent to billions of nuclear bombs. The sky darkened, global temperatures plummeted, plants died, and ecosystems collapsed. Large herbivores like Therizinosaurus could not survive when food sources vanished across continents. Within a few years, perhaps even months, these giants disappeared forever. This brings us to a curious question. Could Therizinosaurus survive in today's world? The answer is unlikely. Modern ecosystems are not designed for multi-ton, slow-moving, highly specialized herbivores with enormous claws. Today's vegetation is different, climate patterns are different, predators are different, and habitats are fragmented in ways prehistoric animals never evolved to navigate. A creature that needed large floodplains, seasonal forests, and stable plant availability might struggle in the rapidly changing environments of today. But if it did exist now, what would it look like? How would it adapt? Imagine a modern Therizinosaurus living in wetlands or mangrove forests, feeding on leaves, reeds, and aquatic vegetation. It might develop more water-resistant feathers or lighter coloration to blend into its surroundings. Its claws would remain massive, useful for reaching tall branches or defending against modern predators like big cats or bears. And to cope with modern climate variability, it might migrate seasonally, following food sources as they shift. Some scientists speculate that if Therizinosaurs had survived the extinction event, they could have eventually evolved into even more specialized forms, perhaps resembling giant ground sloths or flightless birds. In a world where humans coexist with elephants, giraffes, and rhinoceroses, the idea of encountering a 10-meter-tall feathered giant doesn't seem entirely impossible, just incredibly surreal. Now let's explore some of the most unusual and entertaining facts about Therizinosaurus, because this animal's story is filled with scientific surprises. When its fossils were first discovered in the 1940s, paleontologists were puzzled. The claws were unlike anything they had seen before. Some early researchers believed they belonged to a giant turtle, perhaps an enormous prehistoric version of modern sea turtles. The name Therizinosaurus itself means scythe lizard, inspired by these blade-like claws. It wasn't until decades later, after more bones were discovered, that scientists realized this was no turtle, but a massive, feathered, plant-eating dinosaur. Even more astonishing is that Therizinosaurus is a member of the theropod group, the same evolutionary lineage as T. rex, velociraptor, and modern birds. Imagine that! One branch of the family tree gave rise to fierce predators, while another evolved into slow-moving, long-clawed herbivores. Evolution, as always, is full of surprises. Therizinosaurus also holds the record for the longest claws of any animal in Earth's history. At up to a meter long, these claws were not weapons of a killer, but tools of survival, used for pulling vegetation, defending against predators, and possibly impressing potential mates. Some scientists even propose that the claws helped individuals reach high branches, much like modern giant pandas use their pseudo-thumbs. And perhaps the most amusing fact of all, despite its terrifying appearance, Therizinosaurus was almost certainly a gentle giant. Instead of tearing flesh with its claws, it likely spent its days grazing peacefully, plucking leaves and using its great size to scare away would-be attackers.
In the end, Therizinosaurus stands as a testament to the incredible diversity of dinosaur evolution, a creature that defied expectations, challenged scientific assumptions, and continues to capture imaginations worldwide. From misidentified claws to groundbreaking discoveries, from towering size to delicate feathers, it remains one of the most astonishing and misunderstood animals ever to have walked the earth. As we uncover its story, we not only learn about a single species, but about the strange and beautiful complexity of life itself and the boundless possibilities of evolution. Therizinosaurus reminds us that the natural world is full of wonders we have yet to understand, and that even the most unusual creatures can play vital roles in the vast tapestry of Earth's history. And so, the mystery continues. Buried in ancient sands, encoded in fossils, and alive in our imagination, Therizinosaurus lives on, a giant with the heart of an herbivore, the arms of a legend, and a story that will continue to inspire future generations of scientists and explorers. Sometime we get curious about how these giants lived when there was no human presence about a million years ago. Here we have created some visuals with the help of artificial intelligence for better understand about this species. Hope you enjoyed and got enough information about this extinct species. Make sure to subscribe and comment down below that you want to know about any specific extinct species.